Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you're not used to seeing me on this side of the camera, but I thought it would be easier to film this video this way. So in this video, I am sharing my favorite Amazon craft products that I use with my Cricut machine. A lot of these products would work really well if you use a silhouette as well. I got the idea for this video from Corinne Blackstone. She made 2 videos on this, and I will leave hers linked down below in my description box if you want to check those out. I thought this would be a great video to do as well because when I first started with my Cricut machine, which was about 5 years now, which is pretty crazy to me, I was not a crafter at all. So I just didn't know what products to buy. So I feel like this could be helpful. I'm also sharing a lot of off-brand Cricut products because it just saves so much money, and I am sharing the ones that really work well for me. I'll have all the links down in the description box if you want to purchase any of these. I do receive a small commission off of these links, so I appreciate it so much when you shop from them. These are products that I use almost every single time that I craft and work really well for me. I do want to put a disclaimer out there. If you use anything non-Cricut related on your Cricut machine and somehow it breaks, it will void the warranty. I believe the machine warranties are a year, but definitely don't quote me on that. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. I would also love it if you subscribed if you are new to my channel. That way you will see videos that I post, and it is completely free to subscribe. Let me know if you use any of these products already and what you think of them. A lot of these go around the Cricut community, so some of them might be new and some others you might have already seen. All right, let's get into the video. The first product that I'm sharing are off-brand Cricut mats. These are Nicapa brand. I don't know if I'm saying that brand's name correctly, but it comes in a pack of 3. These are equivalent to the standard grip mats. I got this pack of 3 for $8 on Prime Day. They usually are around $10 for 3 of them. I know that the Cricut brand is anywhere between $15 to $20 for a pack of 3, so it is such a good price. I wanted to show a quick clip of me using the Nicapa mats. I actually find these stickier than the Cricut mats, so I find that my vinyl sticks down even better to these, so I would definitely recommend them. The next off-brand product I want to share are blades. Here's a little better view of them. I bought these a little over 2 years ago, and I have not used a Cricut fine point blade since then. But it comes with 3 different types of blades. The red one is basically the same as the fine point blade, which is a 40-degree angle. These, I've used a lot of these, but it comes with mostly the red ones. There's also blue ones, and these are the same angle as the deep point blade, which is 60 degrees. They also have these yellow ones that are 30 degrees, and these work well with more thinner type of material. These blades are around $9 for a 50-piece set, and the Cricut fine point blade is around $8 to $15 for just one fine point blade. So it is absolutely crazy the difference in price, and I have had no issues with these. They have worked really well. Here I'm showing how I change out the blade. This is the red one, which is similar to the fine point blade. I just remove the blade that is already in there, and I take off that red cap and place the blade inside of the housing. Sorry, it was a little blurry there, but that's all you do. It's super simple, and I like to store them in my little compartment in my Cricut. This next product that I'm sharing is a very simple one. I believe this was $5 off of Amazon. You can really get these anywhere. It is a measuring tape. I use this for almost every single project that I do, so that's why I wanted to throw this into the video. I use these mainly to measure my blanks that I am adding vinyl to. I definitely have to mention my pen tool. This is from the company Tech Wrap, and it just works so well. I love using this for intricate cuts, especially with adhesive vinyl when you have to get into those tiny letters and things like that. I did purchase these glitter pin tools because I thought they were super pretty, but I don't know what it is about these. They just do not work as well as this one. I don't know why, but I would not recommend these. This is an amazing tool. It took me like a couple times to kind of get used to it. I think it was just because I was used to weeding with a Cricut weeder, but I would highly recommend this. I also want to share this weeding kit from iVine. I just purchased this maybe a month or two ago, so I have not been using it for too long, but I do really like it. It has quite a few different little tools in here. It has 4 different tools and some of them have something different on each end. I've used one of these that is pretty similar to the Cricut weeder, and it's very sharp, so it works really well. I do wish it had a little bit more of a grip. It's very thin, and it also has a couple tweezers. I'll show you a close-up of this in a minute, but the tweezers are really nice. They're super fine and sharp, and I was pleasantly surprised by the tweezers. Like I said, I haven't been using this that much, and I still think I prefer my pen tool. I just love it so much. But you can also get online and look on reviews if this is something that you are interested in. Here's a close-up look of the tools. They remind me of what a dental hygienist uses to clean your teeth. And here's a quick clip of me weeding vinyl with it. Now I want to share a couple weeding collectors that I like to use. If you have followed my channel for a while now, you'll know that I like these nail polish holders. All you do is place it on your finger and then you can easily weed it. I have seen people say that you can find these at the Dollar Tree, which is awesome. I have purchased the Dollar Tree version and I just don't like it as much. I know it is a lot cheaper though. It's just that it's easier to use the top of this to get the vinyl off of. It's just shaped differently. But another weeding collector that I have seen tons of people talking about, you've probably seen this, is the iVine Berry, and this suctions to your desk. I think I have been converted to this because you don't have to have it on your finger or anything. You just place it on your desk. It's also made of silicone, so that sticky adhesive backing on the vinyl, it doesn't really stick to it. It's easy to scrape the vinyl out and discard it. Here I'm using the nail polish holder to collect the vinyl that I'm weeding. So I did find that the berry wasn't suctioning to my table very well. So the trick with this is to put just a tiny bit of water on the bottom and it sticks perfectly. If you're working with a wood table that the water might damage it, it might not work very well. Here I'm just showing me weeding some vinyl and using the berry. It just works so well. I really love it. Also, you can see me using my pen tool here. Even though it doesn't have that hook, it still works to use it with the pen tool. You can see how easy it is to remove the vinyl as well. This next product is a very simple one. It is Fiskars Scissors. So I got this from Amazon. You can probably get it from like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, I'm sure anywhere. But this brand has always been my favorite for scissors. Even though we're using cutting machines, you would think you won't have to use scissors, but I actually do use scissors quite a bit when I'm crafting. I cut my vinyl with scissors and use it for lots of projects. There's a lot of different brands out there, and I just feel like you can't go wrong with the Fiskars brand, so I would definitely recommend this. Moving on to transfer tape. So, like I said, I have been using my Cricut for about 5 years now. I have tried so many different transfer tapes. I've tried contact paper, I've tried masking tape, I've tried painter's tape, and this one for me is the winner. So this is Caesar brand transfer paper. It's clear, it has grid lines on it, it picks up the vinyl and releases the vinyl really, really well. I cannot count how many times I've used transfer paper and it just won't pick up the vinyl, or what's worse is when it doesn't release the vinyl. And I have gotten so frustrated. It makes it so difficult when you're trying to work with a project and it's just not working well. So for me, it is worth it to get a quality transfer paper. I wanted to quickly show me using the transfer paper. I like to put my design over it and cut around it so I have it at about the right size. And here I'm just adding the transfer paper over my vinyl design. I scrape it down really well on both sides. Also, I'm sure you've heard this trick, but if you haven't, scrape down the back really well. That makes the biggest difference. Another thing that really helps is removing the backing. This vinyl is pretty intricate. It has pretty thin lines and it is sticking onto the transfer paper well. And here I'm adding it to the bag. I place it down, then remove the transfer paper and the vinyl is sticking down. Another thing that helps is having a good quality vinyl. I don't really like the Cricut brand vinyl. Sometimes that is such a pain. It just doesn't want to stick down. So here I'm using Oracal 651 vinyl. Next, I wanted to share these squeegees. This came in a 2-pack for $5, and I actually purchased these because I like the colors. They have a whole bunch of different ones on Amazon, and these are similar to the Cricut scrapers. They work really well, but one thing that I do want to show you is I do still really like my Cricut XL scraper tool. So this is actually just $5 on Amazon also, and it's for one, but if I show you here, this is the size difference. And I use this a lot to like scrape off cardstock off my mat, and if I'm doing big projects, it just covers a lot of area. So I would definitely recommend this, but a lot of times when you are adding transfer tape to vinyl, these are perfect for that. I use my Cricut scraper a lot too, but that comes usually in a full set and it's more expensive. It's like $20 for the set of Cricut tools. So if you're just needing some scrapers, then I would highly recommend these. I also want to share this mini trash can. I've had this for maybe 3 years, kind of a long time now, and it sits on your desk that you're working on. So I really like this to clean up my scrap vinyl. I just throw it all in here, and it's fun because you can decorate it with vinyl. Mine says weed eater. This next product you have probably seen. I think I first heard of it on TikTok. I can't remember who shared it, but it is a desk vacuum. And first of all, look how cute these are. They're super tiny, and these are really awesome. Whenever I'm working with glitter, I use this because without fail, I always get it on my desk. But just with crafting in general, there's always little tiny pieces, and these are great for picking those up. Next, I have these extension trays for your Cricut mats. These attach to your Cricut machines, and then your larger mat can just lay on it so it prevents it from bending. These are super convenient. I think I saw this on TikTok also. So there's two different ones, so you have to make sure you buy the correct one. This one goes with the Explore machines, and this one goes with the Maker machine. The covers on the machines are both a little different, so that's why you need to purchase the one that goes with your machine. Here's the one for the Maker machine. You can see it fits right inside the lid there, and I'm using the 12x24 mat, and it's much straighter. And here is the one for the Explore machines. Next, I want to share pen adapters for the Cricut machine. So with these, you can use tons of different pens besides the Cricut pens to draw in your machine. Originally, I bought a set of 3. This was a few years ago, and I can kind of show you here the little adapters. After purchasing these, I realized that they don't work with a huge variety of pens. I believe it was mainly fine point Sharpies and a couple other pens. So I purchased this set. This comes with a lot of adapters. As you can see here, it comes with tons of them, and it has a little nice sheet that shows you which pens work with what adapter. First, you'll want to remove that little piece that's in the clamp. You just push up from the bottom. This shows what pin matches up with what adapter. I do think the L and M are switched up on here. It didn't seem to work until I switched those, but I'm going to show an example with a flare pin. I'm using the M. I place my pen in the adapter, then I place the whole thing in clamp A and follow the same prompts with the Cricut for it to draw. I do recommend using some test cuts when you're working with these first, just to make sure that the pen fits well and it draws okay. I want to share these Teflon sheets. I can't remember if mine came in a pack of 2 or 3. I might have lost one, but I use these pretty much anytime I heat press anything. You can also use parchment paper, but for me, I just felt like it was worth it to buy the Teflon sheets because I was always getting the parchment paper confused with the butcher paper that I use with sublimation. So just having these Teflon sheets makes it a lot easier for me, and I've had these for a long time and I've only purchased them once and they work really well. I also wanted to share this tape dispenser. I use this mainly with infusible ink and sublimation. So when you're trying to grab tape, a lot of times you have to use scissors to cut it off, and it is very difficult to do that one-handed when you're trying to work with things. So a tape dispenser is definitely worth it. This is a pretty cheap one on Amazon. I'm sure there's better ones out there, but this one works for me. Another thing that I want to share from Amazon that I highly recommend is heat-resistant tape. You can buy the Cricut brand heat-resistant tape, but you can also buy these, and I do believe it's a little cheaper. I can't remember again if this was a 2 or 3 pack, but I will link this down below in the description box. Next, I want to share my hot glue gun that I use. This is awesome because it is cordless. I don't know why I spent quite a few years using a hot glue gun that had a cord, and this is definitely a game changer. I feel like the cord is so short and it just makes it so much easier to use a cordless glue gun, so that's why I purchased this one. It has a nice little holder for hot glue that drips onto it. It does have an automatic shut off. I believe it's after 30 minutes, so that can be a pain for some people. Usually I'm not using my hot glue gun longer than that because I don't really do a ton of glue type projects, but I would highly recommend a cordless glue gun. So I want to share this large silicone mat. I love this thing. I haven't been using it for too long, but I use this to protect my workspace, my table, when I'm doing different crafts like painting or gluing. It's really awesome. I feel like I've struggled for a while to find something to put under my paint projects. And what's cool about this is it's made out of silicone, so the paint literally just wipes right off of it. And if I'm gluing anything underneath it, the glue you can just pick right off of it as well. So this is great to help with like those messy craft projects. Here's another simple craft supply. This is a paper trimmer. I bought this off of Amazon for around $10. I'm not sure if it's the best quality, but I have not had any issues with it. I mainly use it just to cut cardstock or vinyl. It has a nice little measuring tape that pulls out here, which I have used a few times to figure out how to cut cardstock and things like that. There are some nicer ones out there, but honestly, I don't really need anything more than this, and it just works really well for me. The last product I want to share is this Barely Art Glue. This is a total game changer. Before I found this glue, I did not like doing any type of card making, anything with gluing, because it would always get clumped up and it just was always difficult for me, and the stuff is amazing. What I love about this is it has a fine tip and an ultra fine tip. It comes with this nice little case to hold everything. Here's what the fine tip looks like, and here is the ultra fine tip. It has a cap that you just twist off, and here is the ultra fine tip. I'm using it on construction paper, and you can see how tiny this glue is, which is great if you're working with like delicate pieces that you're gluing together. Here's the fine tip and what this looks like. I kind of messed up when I first started gluing it, but this is great too if you're working with all different kinds of gluing projects. Also, I am gluing this together. It is wrinkle free, which is amazing. I've found that to be true when working with this glue. It comes with a pen to clean these out as well, so glue doesn't get stuck on the inside. I forgot to film an exit video, so I am just going to say goodbye here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know if you've tried these products, if you're going to pick any of these up, and I would also love it if you gave this video a thumbs up and subscribed if you are new to my channel.